Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly. Well, the skies on Saturday were just as clear and blue as they were that day 20 years before. Chesapeake held an emotional ceremony to remember all those we lost on 9/11.
Eternal Father, in your grace, cause us to grow and learn through suffering. Shape us to be a people defined by hope, love, faith, and righteousness.
The now police officer, retired, continues to uplift and inspire in performance of his chosen charities, a high-profile event, and concert halls all around the world. Mr. Rodriguez.
All I knew is that I had to get there. My crew was going to be there already. They would have responded already. I'm in my personal vehicle and stuck in traffic, and I'm praying. I said, God, I got to get there. One of my friends, I used to work headquarters security, and one of my friends was at one of the booths, and as I passed him, I said, what's going on? He said, we're under attack. And sure enough, when the second tower came down, I prayed, and I asked God, if this is it, then I'm going to be found next to my inspector. I'm going to be doing my job as a New York City police officer. I've been a singer all my life, and I always considered myself as a singer who was moonlighting as a cop. But on that day, the oath to protect and serve, that every first responder, every person in our military, everyone who is out there protecting our citizens in our cities and our country, they take that same oath. That oath became very, very real to me.
You can visit the 9/11 Memorial anytime City Park is open. You'll see where it is because now there's a big, massive flagpole right by the memorial. It's a very beautiful spot to reflect and remember. Well, Chesapeake is home to many types of heroes, and some of them are literal Olympians. Grassfield graduate Grant Holloway competed in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and he came home a winner. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the 50-yard line. Silver medalist and honorary captain tonight, flipping the coin, Mr. Grant Holloway.
It was amazing. Not the best as last time when I came here in 2019, but it was definitely a top 5 experience. I think COVID is kind of restricting everybody still, which I can't blame them for being cautious and looking out for themselves. I feel like the stands was, especially the student section, was really good. I mean, but at one point I was in the stands doing the same thing to the other people that were coming back. Just to hear them chant my name and just to be with teachers that taught me, and for us to have those conversations and just to conversate and just treat each other like humans was a great experience. So I appreciate all the love that you guys are giving me.
I need a real hug. That's all I need is a real hug. How are you?
Oh my gosh, look at the smell, guys.
You can pick it up.
Holy smell!
How much it weigh, bro?
It's right.
It's weighted. That's what I'm gonna tell you. It's weighted.
Just working hard. This is something that This is something I always wanted to do, and I'm over here not showing it off. So let me show it off for a second. Just working hard. That's something I always, put myself forward for. I always just wanted to do what I did best. And, that was something that I always worked towards. Just to be there and just to experience it was a dream come true.
Hey, how's it going?
You all right?
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
You too.
Come on, let's act like we like each other.
All right.
Yeah, take that off. Take that mask off. I'm fully vaccinated. Y'all good.
How did your competing here in Chesapeake in this area prepare you to compete on the world stage?
I mean, I think it just set the stage for hard work and dedication. I think just going through with everything, it really helped me out, not just mentally, but physically and emotionally as well. I think me just being here in Chesapeake, going through some of those tough battles at the 6A championship, playing football under Grassville High School, I think that just speaks volume of everything going on. I can't wait to come back in 22 and then 23 and then especially in 24.
Oh wait, look at the camera. See, wave at the camera. Everybody wave at the camera. Yay!
And at the end of the parade, Grant was presented with a key to Grassfield by Principal Mike Perez. A very fitting end to a great night. Shifting gears now to elections. So the next election is Tuesday, November 2nd. On the ballot is governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, members of the House of Delegates, Commonwealth attorney, commissioner of the revenue, treasurer, and sheriff. And as they've done in the past few elections, now the voter registrar's office is offering lots of ways for you to cast your ballot. I spoke with the director of elections, Marilyn Pinkerlin, recently to get all the info.
We've had a year to figure out the do's and don'ts and the best ways to do things. We're required to have 45 days of early voting at our office, but we've chosen to go ahead and have 6 satellites throughout the city and to let them be open the full 45 days as well. That way voters can go somewhere close to their home. There's a library in every zip code. We are using one differently this year than we did last year, so we want folks to know. Due to the parking at South Norfolk Library, we have chosen to use the Cuffey Community Center on Windy Road, so we will be there instead of the South Norfolk Library this year for the satellite. Now, for early voting, you don't have to fill out an application like you used to. However, if you want to vote by mail, there is still an application, so we have the information of where you're registered and where to send the ballot, because some people are already out of town and need their ballot mailed somewhere else, college students, things like that. So you can either download the application from the Department of Elections website, or you can go online if you have a DMV driver's license or ID issued. You can go online and use the citizen portal and just do everything right online, and it'll come straight to our office and we'll get that ballot in the mail to you. You do still have to show an ID, but it doesn't have to be a photo ID. There's about 17 different IDs that we'll accept. The most common, of course, is the driver's license, the DMV issued ID card, but people can use an employee ID, they can use a college ID. There's just a whole list on the Department of Elections website if you don't have the more common IDs. We've seen a change in what Election Day does look like because so many people are choosing to vote early or vote by mail. So Election Day doesn't look nearly as busy as it used to. We still do encourage people to, stretch it out. Don't go bombarding them when they open the doors at 6 a.m., going around 10, 11 o'clock. Usually there's no line at all, and you just go in and show your ID and go cast your ballot.
So when it comes to getting official voting information, there are 2 great resources. The Chesapeake Voter Registrar's Office can be found at 411 Cedar Road, online at cityofchesapeake.net/vote, and also by phone at 277-9797. You can also visit the state website, which is elections.virginia.gov. Now, as Mary Lynn mentioned when talking about the satellite voting locations, the Cuffey Center location will not be available on September 21st. Now, that'll be closed while crews install a new generator. So we're actually going to get more on that story next week, so stay tuned. And as I mentioned, the Commonwealth Attorney is on the ballot, and there are 3 candidates. To help you learn more about each candidate, the Chesapeake Bar Association is hosting a forum on September 23rd from 6 to 7 at the Conference Center. The event is free and open to the public, and they're also accepting suggestions for questions that they should ask the candidates. So you can send those suggestions to ChesapeakeCWAForum@gmail.com. And if you can't make it to the forum in person, we'll be airing it live on Chesapeake Television. So tune into that on Cox Channel 48, Verizon Channel 43, and online at cityofchesapeake.net/TV. Now, when we talk about Chesapeake first responders, there are several different departments that do different tasks, but they all work towards the same goal of keeping everyone safe. This Saturday, the Chesapeake Police Department, Fire Department, and Sheriff's Office are all getting together to host a community day. From noon to 4 at City Park, meet your Chesapeake first responders, sit in the driver's seat of emergency vehicles, and enjoy music, food, demos, and more. Bring the kids, bring the family, bring the neighbors. and have a great afternoon with your Chesapeake community. Don't miss it. And if you want a more one-on-one opportunity to talk with a Chesapeake police officer, they're bringing back Coffee with a Cop. This Saturday, before you head over to the Community Day event, stop by the Central Library from 10 to noon to talk directly with one of our Chesapeake police officers.
People are asking all kinds of things, like how long have you worked here, specific crimes in their neighborhood. What do you think the climate is right now as far as police officers in the community?
To kind of build relationships with the community. We're here to answer questions. It's kind of just an open forum for discussion.
They see us in our uniforms. That allows them to come and talk with us. We actually talk with them as a human being and not just a police officer in uniform.
It's a wonderful idea, and I hope it continues for a long, long time.
Lots of opportunity to meet the men and women who serve our community, and they love to meet you and hear from you too, so definitely take advantage of those events. And now we'll leave you with a preview of what's to come this week in parks, recreation, and tourism. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week. There's a new app in town. It's come to make your life easier when you need a service from the city of Chesapeake. Need a bulk trash pickup? Got you covered. Spot a pothole? Report it here. Neighbor's yard looking trashy? Help is on the way. The brand new Chesapeake Service Requests app is available now in the App Store and on Google Play. It's free and easy to both download and use. Add the app to your favorite device today so it's ready when you need it. And with so many services available, you're sure to need it soon. If you have questions about the app, you can call the Chesapeake Customer Contact Center at 382-CITY.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A covenant that split the skies over Berlin. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A promise was made. A solemn oath that liberated Seoul. A sacred trust that defended Quezon. A pact that dug in Da Nang. A contract that weathered Tet. A promise was made. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. A bond that patrolled door to door in Fallujah. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. A promise we all must keep. DAV fights for all veterans and their families so they get the health care, financial benefits, and support they earned. If you're a veteran who needs help or you'd like to help us keep the promise, visit DAV.org.